who is ex-military? We'll just make sure you get a picture of all of them. They're all a danger to the country. Which reminds me, who is upset at the report from the Department of Homeland Security? Okay. That's exactly what I expected them to say. Who is, you guys have all attended a Tea Party. You guys, some of you organized them. Who considers themselves an historically speaking, who has considered themselves an activist?
I'm an activist now.
Yeah, no. In the past, historically speaking,
Never.
Who considers themselves an activist now? Who considers themselves a reluctant activist? Yeah. Have you ever painted signs, other than for your kids, for, their parades or whatever? Have you ever painted signs before and protested something or somebody? Has anybody ever done that before? Matt has?
Yes, against Castro.
Against Castro. You're from Cuba?
That's correct.
Okay. Liz, you have? Against abortion. Okay, so you're an abortion activist. Did you raise your hand on the activist thing? Okay. Who is more upset with the GOP than you really are with the Democrats? This, I think, is one of the this is one of the key things that the media misses. They all think this is about the Democrats. It's not. How many people expect this kind of stuff from the Democrats? Yeah. Who trusts Washington? Yeah.
There's one guy I trust.
Who feels afraid to talk about God or what you believe, and you have for a while? Okay, couple, few, okay. And the last one is, who feels America is in grave danger and no one seems to be listening? Okay, okay. So let's start there. Now let's have a conversation here. I guess let's start with this. What is the media missing? What is it that you look at your television set and you watch the news and you say, you find yourself consistently saying, no, you guys don't understand? Yes.
Glenn, you hit it in the open. This is not about the Democrats. The media wasn't paying attention when we were mad about the first TARP bill, when we were mad about prescription drugs, when we were mad about them not closing the border down. We've been mad about this stuff for a while. It's just got accelerated.
You were only racist when you were against the border, and you were only trying to starve children when you were against prescription drugs and
involved
big government.
But I think that's the part that they missed. That it's not who's in charge; it's what they're doing.
Why does it matter what the media thinks? The TARP, the first TARP bill, the majority of Americans was against the TARP bill. That's to your question, who's more upset with the GOP than with the Democrats? We expect it from the Democrats, but when America says quit the TARPing to begin with, Bush signed that thing, and the majority of America said this is not the right approach.
Right behind you there, Joseph, right behind you.
Too many people don't understand what the TARP was about. I mean, the car companies took all this money, and now one of them is bankrupt anyway. We were told they wouldn't go bankrupt if they took the money. Right. Pontiac is folding. They produced all these cars with this money, and now they're sitting on a lot because American people who don't get a tax break can't afford to buy the cars anyway.
Okay, Terry down here in the red.
What's so maddening is what they're missing is reality. They're trying to create a reality that doesn't exist.
Let me go to Walter.
What the media missed during the campaign is that both McCain and Obama rushed off to Washington to both support the stimulus package. They both were doing the same thing, and they both would have went the same. McCain would be doing all this too right now.
Who feels like I feel this way? How many people listen to me on the radio? Okay. I felt the whole time we didn't have a choice.
No.
It was between a speedy death and a slow, painful death.
I wanted the speedy death. Let's get it done.
Right.
Let's get bankrupt and go on.
Okay.
I'm happy with Obama.
Heather.
I think he said, what does it matter what the media thinks? I think what it matters what the media thinks is that so many people are watching mainstream media, even though they're not even in the top 10, collectively they're watching ABC, CBS, NBC, and they're getting brainwashed and they're not watching Fox. In fact, I have some liberal friends who I love very much. They're wonderful, very smart people, very funny, but for some reason they've decided to block Fox News. My husband couldn't go over there because we don't have TV. Couldn't go over there to watch their.
You don't have TV?
No, we don't have TV.
Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her. She's crazy.
I don't want my kids watching that stuff. But anyway, so they block Fox News as if it's like porn or something. I mean, it's blocked. I don't know.
Can you, Heather? America. Ooh. That's some yummy porn there.
So it does matter what the media thinks. It does matter what the media says because a lot of people are watching that thinking that's real. They don't see the truth.
Does anybody feel like you're not watching you're watching a play?
Yeah. No, we're watching propaganda. It's like watching Pravda. And, you know, James Carville and Paul Begala, they get paid very well to be prostitutes for the Democrat Party. But MSNBC and all the other liberal drive-by media, they are political whores and sluts. They give it away for free.
Wait, hang on just a second. Does anybody feel that way, though, about the right, the GOP?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Walter.
I think Fox is just as bad on the right as the other guys are on the left.
Okay, no TV and no Fox. This is not going well. No, go ahead. I'm kidding.
I'm a constitutionalist. I supported Ron Paul in the primary.
Sure.
And I'm for, reducing our military, our footprint all over the world. I still want to have the strongest military, but I don't think we need to be in 130 countries.
Got it. I don't want to get to policies yet.
people.
I don't want to get to policies. Walter, hang on just a second. I want you to tell me where the GOP or media like Fox, where do we get it wrong? How do you mean we're just as bad?
You don't bring your viewers back to the Constitution. The Constitution's the rule book. It's all laid out there. It's not about personalities. Fox is just as bad as everyone else on the personality issue. It's not about Barack Obama or McCain it's the policy.
Got it. I think that's what we're trying to do on this show, and I think there's a lot of shows, and I think does anybody think that there is a time coming, and I think soon, where I think the Republicans are they're awake faster because they were betrayed by their party already. The Democrats are still, I think, where we were in 2004, where we're like, well, ow, that hurt, but okay, ow, that hurt, and then all of a sudden we went, wait a minute, you keep hitting me in the head. And does anybody else feel that the Democrats just haven't been hit in the head by their party enough times, and soon they are, and they'll go.
They are getting betrayed right now.
Hang on,
the time of betrayal is coming for the Democrats.
Gary, the first time you and I spoke to each other, because you're a columnist in Colorado, where are you?
I write for the Aspen Times, a monthly column, but we live about 2 hours southwest of Aspen. The she and all that, I'm very familiar with that, but we live in a town where my neighbor drives his cattle down the road on a Tuesday morning. Don't be mad if you're late to work.
Right. Okay. But you were a Democrat.
I was a Democrat.
Okay. But you're kind of the Democrat that my grandparents were. I mean, everybody in my family were Democrats, but they were kind of like common sense. They were hunters and everything else, and they were FDR Democrats. But
right.
But this is different. Now you've left the Democratic Party?
How can you be in the same party as Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid?
Okay. Have you joined the GOP party?
No, and I'll tell you why. Because I live in an area of the country where I really treasure our natural vistas, our wildlife, our scenery, and I'm not happy with subdivisions everywhere. And so, how can I be a member of the Republican Party when it seems like a plank of their platform is always to throw the environment under the bus and rape, pillage, and plunder, and leave the damage for somebody else to clean up?
Okay. In my subdivision, I wouldn't mind some cattle running right through. We'll be back in just a minute.